A square prism of base side 30 mm and height 75 mm rests on HP on one of its ends, with two of its rectangular faces equally inclined to VP. It is cut by a plane perpendicular to VP and inclined at 60 degree to HP, meeting the axis at 15 mm from the top. Draw its elevation, sectional plan and true shape of the section. What are the maximum width W and length L of the section? So here we are having a problem which is involving the sectioning of a square prism, and the prism is resting in such a way that two of its rectangular faces are equally inclined to VP. So equal inclination for a square prism means it is 45 degrees. So if you take one of the base edges inclined at an angle of 45 degree with respect to the XY line, automatically these two rectangular faces, so below this edge, these two edges, or below these four edges, we are having four rectangular faces. So this is a square prism, something that is similar to a square prism. So below each of this edges that you can see in the top view, we are having some rectangular faces. So two of the rectangular faces equally inclined to VP means it is this kind of a symbol position. So when you are observing from the top, if one edge is inclined at an angle of 45 degree to the XY line, it means automatically two of these edges will be inclined at an angle of 45 degree with respect to the XY line. Or in effect, these two rectangular faces also will be equally inclined to the XY line. That means it is equally inclined to the vertical plane. So I have drawn a symbol front view and symbol top view using type B lines, that is thin lines here. So as per the requirement of the question, I have constructed a symbol top view and a symbol front view. Our next job is to locate the section plane. So where the section plane is located here, or in which view you can see it as a line. Is it in the top view or is it in the front view? We shall go through the question. So it is cut by a plane perpendicular to VP. So the plane is perpendicular to VP. So VP means the space that is above the XY line. As I said, usually we will be taking it in that sense. So in this case, so our section plane is perpendicular to VP. So perpendicular to VP means we will be placing the section plane like this. This is perpendicular to VP in the front view, not in the top view. You consider that this region is representing, this region above the XY line, it is representing the front view. Actually it is representing the front view, and here this region below the XY line, it is actually representing the top view. So perpendicular to VP, it means it will be like this or it can be like this. So when you are observing from the front, you can see the top of the section plane as a straight line, and it has got an inclination with respect to the horizontal plane. So what is that inclination? The inclination with respect to the horizontal plane is 60 degree. So perpendicular to HP, and it has got some inclination with respect to VP. So with respect to VP in the front view means you can also take it as with respect to the XY line. So this angle is 60 degree and it is perpendicular to VP, so that when you are observing from the top, you can see the section plane only as a line. You can even consider the section plane in this way also, it is possible. For the time being, we shall consider it in an inclination like this. Now, where the section plane is meeting the solid, so it is meeting the axis at 15 mm from the top. Here, let us consider that we are having the axis to the middle of the top view. So somewhere here we will be having our axis, but when you are observing the front, the axis is exactly behind this line. We are not able to represent it as of now. The axis is exactly behind this line. So when you are observing from the front, the section plane is meeting the axis at 15 mm from the top. So this is the top, and it is behind this line we are having our axis. So from the top, so this is the top surface, from the top it is 15 mm So let us mark a point 15 mm from the top. So the section plane is passing through this point. Now let us draw a reference line here. A thin line, and with respect to this line, let us take an angle of 60 degrees. So an angle of 60 degrees. And we shall draw our section plane as a thick line. So I have located the section plane. It is a continuous thick line inside the solid. It is a chain line outside the solid. The ends are slightly thickened and the angle is 60 degree. Here it is, we have taken at 60 degree. So here also it will be 60 degree, and the section plane is passing through a point 15 mm below. So this distance is 15 mm. And in this case, as the section plane is perpendicular to VP, it will be having a vertical trace. So that is why here it is written as VT. Now, after marking the section plane in the front view, next step is marking the meeting points of the section plane with the various lateral edges and the other edges of the solid. So let us mark it. So in this case, here we are having edge A dash, A1 dash. So this is edge A dash, A1 dash. In the top it is seen as a point. So here this point will be point, let us mark it as 1 dash as it is in the front view. In this case it is meeting with edge D dash, D1 dash. So that is a visible edge here. So this point, let us mark it as 2 dash. Initially we are marking only the visible meeting points. Later on we shall mark the invisible meeting points. So here we are having an edge. The name of this edge, the name of this visible edge is D dash C dash. B dash C dash is on the other side. So here we are having a visible meeting point. Let us mark it as 3 dash. So initially the visible meeting points are 1 dash, 2 dash and 3 dash. So 1 dash is on A dash, A1 dash, 2 dash is on D dash, D1 dash and 3 dash is on D dash, C dash. So here we are having DC. So 3 is on this point, and likewise we will be having some invisible points also. So on the other side, so here it is meeting with D dash, C dash or DC here. Likewise we will be having a meeting point on the other side also, because it is sectioning the solid. So on the other side we are having an invisible meeting point which is on B dash, C dash. Let us mark that point as 4 dash. So in the front view 4 dash is invisible. Next we are having an edge here B dash, B1 dash. So it is actually invisible from the front view. This is edge B1. So in the front view B dash and B1 dash are invisible because it is on the other side. So there also we will be having a meeting point. Let us mark it as 5 dash. Here we don't have any other edge on the back side. It is only A1. So 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash are the visible meeting points. 4 dash and 5 dash are the invisible meeting points in the front view. Now let us transfer these points in the front view to the top view. As this is the sectioning regarding a prism, always points 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, etc. when you are transferring it to the top view, it will be along the outline of the top view. Usually for prisms and cylinders, when you are transferring the cutting points from the front view to the top view, these points will be along the outline of the top view. Now let us transfer it one by one. So 1 is on A dash, A1 dash. So this is A1. So here we will be having point 1. Now this is point 2 dash. Where is 2 dash located? It is on D dash D1 dash. So directly we can transfer it. This is DD1. DD1 is seen as a point here because DD1 is perpendicular to HP. So this will be point 2. Again, where is 5 dash located? 5 dash is located on the other side on invisible edge B dash B1 dash. So here this is BB1. Let us mark it as 5. Likewise, we have to transfer 3 dash and 4 dash also. So as 3 dash and 4 dash are on the top edges, that is, it is on DC and BC, we shall extend a projector from the front view. So this is DC. On DC we are having 3 dash. So this is point 3, and on BC we are having 4. So this is point 4. So we have obtained points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After obtaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have to join it using thick lines. After joining it with thick lines, we have to hatch it with 45-degree lines, which are 45 degree with respect to the XY line. So already we are having a 45-degree line here. In the top view, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5, 1. This region represents the sectioned surface. And this as a whole, it is known as a sectional top. So after drawing the sectional top and the sectioned surface, we shall draw the remaining portions in the front view. Then we will be drawing the remaining portions in the top view. So here, after the sectioning process, let us assume that this portion is removed and this portion is remaining. So all the portions which are above the section plane is removed and all the portions which are below the section plane is remaining. So 1 dash A1 dash is remaining. So here 1A is a point here, so we need not draw it. 2 dash D1 dash is remaining. So here also 2D1 is a point, we need not represent it, already it is represented. C dash C1 dash is remaining. Here also C1 is a point, we need not represent it. And we shall consider the top face. So here these portions are actually removed, and what is remaining? 3C is remaining. So what is 3C? This is 3C. So let us draw 3C. Then C4 is also remaining. C4. So where is C4? This is C4. C4. These points or these remaining edges you will be able to visualize only it in the top view. And again, the base completely is remaining. So what are the edges on the base? It is AB, BC, CD and DA. But already the outline of the top is darkened. So in the outline we need not draw it as dark once again, but in the front view you need to draw it as a dark line. So we completed the remaining portions in the front view and top view. So in this case we are supposed to draw elevation. Elevation means the front view. So this is the front view. Sectional plan. So this is sectional plan or sectional top view. This is known as a sectional top view because the sectioned surface is visible here, and we have to draw the true shape of the section in this case. So why we require to draw the true shape of the section in this problem? Here we have got an inclined section plane, and when you are observing this solid from the top, that is from this direction, you won't be able to get a clear idea of the section surface, which is 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash. So this area, when you're observing it from the top, you won't be able to get the clear idea of this area, or you won't be able to get the clear dimensions or true dimensions of this area. So that is why we require a separate true shape. So let us observe how we can draw the true shape. So in this case, we are having an inclined section plane, which is a straight line that is passing through the solid. So let us make this inclined section plane straight to the xy line. So this is our section plane. So we are going to straighten 1, 3. So we'll be just straightening it with respect to the xy line. So let us measure the length of 1 dash 3 dash. So 1 dash 3 dash, it is approximately 57. So from the xy line, let us draw it parallel. So 57. On this end, let us mark it as 1 dash, and on the other end, this point is 3 dash. We have to mark 2 dash, 5 dash also. Here 4 dash is also along with 3 dash. So let us mark it as 4 dash. So this point itself is 3 dash and 4 dash. This is 1 dash. So let us take the help of compass. Measure the distance 1 dash, 2 dash. From point 1, let us cut an arc on this line. So this point is 2 dash, 5 dash. You need not write 4 dash and 5 dash in brackets. That is not required here because we are going to draw the true shape here. So let us draw the true shape by the following procedure. We are going to extend projectors from 1 to 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, etc. to the top view, and we will be extending projectors from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right hand side, and we will be getting some meeting points here, and joining the meeting points we will be getting the true shape. So this is 0.5 and this is also 0.5. So this will be 0.5 here. This is 0.1. So this will be 0.1. So this is 0.4 and this is also 0.4. So this is 3. And this is 0.2. Let us mark the meeting points. Now we have to hatch the inside region of this surface using 45-degree lines. In this question, it is asked, what are the maximum width W and length L of the section? The maximum width of the section is 2,4. So this is the maximum width, which is denoted as W, and maximum length L. So this is the maximum length of the section. So let us mark those also and measure it. Here we got W as 41 and L as 58. When you measure your diagram, there may be some variations. You write the values as such. Whatever value you're getting, you write it as such. We shall have a quick review of the procedures. First step is draw the symbol front view and symbol top view of the solid using type B lines. Second step is location of the section plane. Third step is mark the meeting points of the section plane with the front view 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, etc. Then transfer it to the top view, hash the inside region, then draw the remaining regions in the front view and draw the remaining regions in the top view. So in this case, we had to draw one more line in the top view. So this is also remaining here. Sorry. And after this, we have to draw the true shape. Here we require the true shape separately, because here we are having an inclined section plane, and when you are observing in this direction from the top, the clear idea of this section surface is not visible. That is why we are drawing a separate true shape here. So after drawing 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, etc. in this way, we will be extending projectors from this region, and we will be extending projectors from the top. Then we will be obtaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Join these points as the inside region. So this is about the solution of this problem. So we, in this case, as separately it is asked what is the value of W and L, we have to write it separately outside.